Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer lived with his Aunt Polly and his half-brother Sid in the Mississippi River town of St. Petersburg, Missouri. After playing hooky from school on Friday and dirtying his clothes in a fight, Tom was made to whitewash the fence as a punishment on Saturday. At first, Tom was disappointed by having to forfeit his day off. However, he soon cleverly persuaded his friends to trade him small treasures for the privilege of doing his work, that was painting the fence. Tom was clever as he traded these treasures for tickets given out at Sunday school. He used these tickets to claim a prize, which was the Bible. He lost much of his glory when he tried to show off his knowledge at Sunday school by giving all the wrong answers. Tom fell in love with Becky Thatcher, a new girl in town, and persuaded her to get engaged to him. Their romance collapsed when she learned that Tom had already been engaged before to another girl. Shortly after Becky rejected him, Tom accompanied Huckleberry Finn, the son of the town drunk, to the graveyard at night to try out a cure for warts. In the graveyard, he witnessed a murder. A young doctor was murdered by a Native American, Injun Joe. Frightened out of their wits, they swore to each other that they would not tell anyone about the murder. Injun Joe blamed another hapless drunken man called Muff Potter for the crime. Potter was wrongly arrested and put into jail. Tom's anxiety and guilt began to grow. Tom, Huck, and Tom's friend Joe ran away to an island to become pirates. While enjoying themselves, they became aware that the whole community was looking for their bodies in the river. Tom quietly went back home. After a moment of remorse at the suffering he had caused to his loved ones, he appeared in front of everyone and surprised them. He persuaded his friends to do the same. Their return was met with rejoicing, and the three of them became the envy and admiration of all their friends. Tom went back to school. Soon Muff Potter's trial began, and Tom, overcome by guilt, decided to testify against Injun Joe. Potter was released from jail, and Injun Joe fled the courtroom through a window. Summer came, and Tom and Huck decided to go hunting for buried treasures in a haunted house. After venturing upstairs, they heard a noise below. Looking through the holes in the floor, they saw Injun Joe disguised as a Spaniard and his companion, an unkempt man, planning to bury some stolen treasure. From their hiding spot, Tom and Huck were highly excited at the prospect of digging it up. By an amazing coincidence, Injun Joe and his partner found a buried box of gold themselves. Injun Joe and his partner heard a sound and became highly suspicious that someone else was also there in the house. They carried the gold off instead of burying it.